Hey everybody, welcome back to Let's Play Final Fantasy X. I'm Nai.
And I'm Mako.
There we go. And this is it, guys. This is the end. It is time for us to head towards here. Whatever this is. That thing just got dropped down on us. I don't know what the hell that is. There's a gigantic flying island that just plopped. But I gather that this is the point of no return for this game.
Oh.
Well, at least that's the assumption that I've been operating on.
Yep.
So there's stuff going on here. A gigantic building with seals all over it. Oh, that's bright.
It doesn't look ominous in the slightest.
No, not at all. Oh, I remember. I've seen... What is that? Did you see that counter in the lower left? What the hell is that? Obtained Prism Ball. Okay.
I don't know.
One... The hell am I looking at? I mean, I know there's supposed to be encounters here, just because I've seen, obtain Still Blade. Oh, there we go. I mean, not that this thing is threatening or anything. Goodbye. But I know there's supposed to be encounters here, because I've actually seen this background on some videos. But, I still have no encounters on. I have no idea what that number is.
Well, it goes up every time you find one of these
Okay, what?
node things,
Is that
so...
actually a weapon? It is. So those are items that we're picking up. Okay. Oh, anytime we get hit by one of these things, it's an automatic encounter. Please, Malboro, by all means, ambush my party that is full of ribbon. So we're making the guess right now that everything we fight is going to be... Like, every boss we fight is going to be a one-hit kill. Should I switch to not overkill weapons and fight somewhat seriously about this?
They're not gonna play fair. Why should you?
That's a good point. Is this me, or does this look a lot like the far plane?
It does, actually.
I mean, it's not going to be like switching to normal weapons is going to change anything, because my guys still have all the defense, my guys still have all the health. You know, it's not going to... The bosses are not going to be hard anyways. I have no control over this camera, by the way, so can we go up there? No, okay, that's not a place we can go. What am I doing? What is the... Game, what am I doing here? What is the point? Okay, we cannot go in that direction. Do I go up over here? Nope. Do I go over here? Nope. Okay, I have no idea. Okay, so I guess we'll pick up more of these then. Night Lance. And we'll have another engagement. This is the fight that I've actually seen against the Demonoliths. What it looks like we're on something that's falling through space. That's kind of what it looks like. Okay, there's another one. Okay, so it's 5. This picked up Infinity. I didn't know Infinity was something you could have, but, you know, there you go. Mage's Staff. Attribute. A what? What the hell was that? Activates nodes used by allies in the Sphere Grid. Attribute Sphere. Huh. Right, Magic Sphere. So, you know, if you haven't gotten your Sphere Grids fully filled up yet. But this is supposed to be a point of no return, so I don't know what the point of this is. Wicked Kate Sith.
Last minute, like, upgrading just in case you screw up, I guess.
I suppose so. Okie dokie. Still very, very weird. I prefer it when the games I play actually, like, teach me what I'm doing instead of just going, hey, here are spikes and endless fights that you thought you had an item to stop. The end of the game is in sight, but we're padding it. I mean, that's kind of what this feels like. I love the design of the zone.
Are you sure that you didn't just do a lot of drugs?
I mean, with the way this game is designed, there's no way I could know that. Obtained Hunting. Okay, there we go. And we're flying into space! Okie dokie. Because this makes any sense whatsoever. Okay. What the hell, game? Ah, I know this zone. I have played in this zone before. Not in this game. In Dissidia. Oh, Tidus looks pissed. Okay, so I know this zone because I've fought against this guy as this guy before in Dissidia. So if I know anything, swords are gonna fly and cutscene time. What's up, Auron? You got something to say? You'd think there'd be words. Hello?
That's not him.
That's not him? It looks like him.
You're late, Auron.
Nope, that's him.
I know.
Oh, look at that. See? Look, it's checked. Hi, checked.
Hey.
So you've been stuck here all this time, huh? Hello. It's one of those meetings.
You got tall, but you're all bones.
Yep, totally jacked.
You eating right, boy?
This reads exactly like jacked.
You've really grown.
Wait, there's fatherly feelings in there.
Yeah, but you're still bigger.
Well, I am.
This is kind of touching.
You know.
And it's just grounded in reality,
That's
apparently.
not funny.
Jack's still being a dick.
Well,
A well-intentioned dick.
then,
But, you know.
I mean, you know.
Still a gigantic
let's
jerk.
end this.
Dad,
Yeah.
I hate you.
Generally you wouldn't laugh at that, Jack.
I know. You know what you have to do.
But, I mean, Jack's kind of acknowledging what has to be done, which is interesting.
Yeah.
I can't hear the hymn so well anymore.
It's kind of a strange
Pretty soon
cutscene.
I'm gonna be sin completely.
Kind of
Glad
expect
you're
him to,
here now.
like, beg, you know, Tidus to take care of it now, instead of waiting.
One thing though. When it starts, I won't be myself
It's time to do an
anymore.
old yeller.
Pretty much.
I won't be able to hold myself back.
It's very interesting.
I'm sorry.
It's really depressing,
That's
too.
Enough. Let's finish this. Okay?
Yeah, Tidus is really upset about
Right.
this. Like, yeah, I don't think even he realized that he was going to have to deal with this. Like, to this level of realism. So out goes Jacked.
Well then. Let's go.
So... Really? Jacked level boss fight? What am I looking at here? Really? Is he really... oh god. So, Jacked goes Iron Man, and then pulls a Lord of the Rings. Okie dokie. Interesting. The quick run of Tidus towards Jack at the very end there is really telling of how Tidus feels about all this. And all the lights come on.
Because this is where he's fighting. This is what's left of the Blitzball Stadium over the memory of Zanarkand.
Yeah. We've been here a couple of times, too. Oh, dear. And Otherworld is in the background, too. Okay, this is new.
That is something rather important.
Well, that's Super Jacked, apparently.
That was Vraska's final Aeon.
Hit me with all you got, Dad!
Okay, now, does he have the thing that I think he has? Then we're gonna find out. Oh, there's a trigger command. Quick!
Don't
Talk.
use it! Don't use it!
Do not use it?
Do you notice that he's got an overdrive gauge there?
Yeah.
When that gets to full, he will beat the shit out of you. However, Tidus can talk him down.
Okay, we're acknowledging the fact that I'm fully statted up and I'm gonna kill him in one hit, right?
Yeah, but basically the idea is you can use the trigger command to reset the gauge, but it can only be do twice, and you should use it for the battle. This is another one of those multi-stage battles.
Again, we're acknowledging I'm gonna kill him in one hit, right?
Right. Okay, other things to note about this battle. You'll see those two rotating thingamabobs.
Yep.
Those are pagodas.
Okay.
They do a whole bunch of stuff. They do things like regenerate his health, they can boost his overdrive gauge, well, they can be a pain, but if you kill them, they come back.
He doesn't have a giant sword, right?
I don't know. I don't remember anymore. Oh yeah, here's the thing. Remember how I said there was one boss that has a really odd element weakness?
Yeah.
Jet's weak to zombie. And the pagodas heal him.
Again, we're acknowledging the fact I'm going to kill him in one hit, right?
Yes, I know,
Okay.
but given not everyone's going to be that built up, so I figure, keeping in mind, Jet has 60,000 to 120,000 hit points. So,
Does she have a... Nope, she does not have a... Interesting. Yuna does not have a talk command with Jacked.
it's only Tidus. Only Tidus does.
Yeah, okay. Should I just end it now? Should I do that, you think?
I think you hit him once and he goes into a second form.
Okay, let's just break the pagodas real quick.
As I said, they'll come back eventually, but the pagodas will revive eventually.
Okay, we're just going to smack him then.
Right. Once should bring him into his
was
second round.
Not a kill. Wait. Yes, it was. Okay.
Yeah.
Form shift.
It's time for round 2. If you're playing along at home, you should, and you're not as hideously overpowered as we are, you should be...
Oh, that was cool. In the background.
Playing along at home, you should be
There's
saving
the sword I was looking
There's
for.
the sword you were looking for.
Okay, remember how I said there was a gigantic sword coming out of the chest of Penance?
You were wondering if this was related.
Well, I don't know. It's a gigantic sword about the same size and width as the one that came out of the chest of Penance, and it came out of this guy's chest exactly where it was in Penance. Also, if you'll notice how Jekt has the same general shape as Penance. Like, seriously, notice where down below the waist, so there's a chest that goes down to waist. The waist has that same sort of conical, robe-like configuration, has a pattern across the front. The arms are severely built up, especially around the shoulders. There is a kind of, mantle on him. I seriously think Penance is related.
Right. Other things he can do, just because, this will be over before we can think again. He can cause petrification, he can cause shatter.
He survived the hit.
Yeah, he has 120,000 hit points now.
He didn't survive too.
Didn't survive too.
Sorry, Tidus, you didn't get to end it.
We're not quite done yet, mind you, but this, according to, most sources, this is the last fight that you can lose. So,
See, the other reason I was asking about the sword is because in Dissidia, that sword is right there on this battlefield. Like, literally right there. It's part of the battlefield. So you saw, I think, Jack's soul flying up just now. And then shatter. Tidus does not seem especially happy about this.
You stopped Jet, but that's just... We have dealt with the symptoms, now let's deal with the problem.
Yep. Why does Auron not seem especially... Oh, Tidus made it. Good. See, this makes me happy. This right here, I like this. What I don't like is that thing flying around in the background.
Ah, yes, that thing.
That thing. But for now, let's let Tidus and Jecht have their moment.
You'll cry. You're gonna cry. You always cry. See?
And this
You're
totally
crying.
fits Jecht's character. Ooh, CGI.
I hate you, Dad.
They went CGI for that one moment.
No, we're still in CGI.
Save it for later.
No, I mean the high res one.
Hmm.
Like they went high res for just one moment.
We've got a job to do, don't we?
Yep, you got to finish up.
There is an unfinished moment here that needs to be dealt with.
And Jecht strong enough to
You know,
pull himself back
For the first
up
time, I'm glad
to finish this conversation.
to have you as my father.
Holy crap! There's closure.
Jack, I should...
No. Yuna. There's no time.
Uh-oh. And now that unaddressed thing is about to be addressed.
Yuna. You know what to do. The Aeons.
We Aeons.
Call them.
Call
Yep,
us.
and now that you've gotten the instructions, that's how this battle works.
I'm a little concerned, actually. I am not so moderately concerned about the fact that I have to call Aeons, and I did max Yuna out. I am a little bit concerned about this. Not so concerned as I think it won't take only 2 hits to kill each one, but still concerned.
Yes.
Okay, can we address the orb thing now, please? There we go. We are addressing the orb thing. Been
Right.
floating around for a little while. Throughout the entirety of that cutscene.
And strangely enough, the orb is rather important.
I kind of imagine so. Oh, the sword is important again. I knew there was a really big important sword. I'm telling you, that sword has something to do with penance. I'm guarantee you. Okay, so the orb is still here.
Of course, it's not going to go anywhere.
Oh, Tidus is having problems.
Yuna!
Music
Now,
swells.
here's something important that you need to do during this thing. Whenever you get the opportunity, look at the tooltips for the summons.
Oh, so don't just go blindly and summon people like I just did?
Well, no, like it doesn't matter like the order you do it in, but look at their tooltips. Like when you go into battle, like use the tooltip, look at them. You'll see what I mean.
Okay, hold on. Been possessed by Yu Yevon.
That's what that little ball is. That's Yuna Yevon.
And he has summoned Valefor.
Well, no, we
Yes.
summoned Valefor.
Okay,
But-
I'm not seeing anything on the tooltip.
Oh, do you have anybody who's got scan or anything?
Oh, let's see. Who's got scan? Oh, scan's white magic, huh? Yep. Let's waste a turn, because it doesn't freaking immune.
Yeah, you can't... See, here's the thing. You can't lose this battle.
I
You
can't.
might have noticed. Look, everyone has auto life. Everyone has re-raise.
Oh, you're
and it's
talking
permanent.
a weapon with scan, huh?
A weapon with scan or whatever. There is supposed to be a method. Basically, each of these guys are supposed to have something to say when you look at them using sort of the targeting.
Yuna, maybe you can help me out. Nope.
No?
It's also not on my list anymore. It's not grayed out. It is not on my list. Well, should I just smack it?
That is probably what you're going to have to do. Remember, it's now controlled by you, Yevon.
But I like my big flesh bird. The left Upagoda stops. The right Upagoda stops. Waka, if you do the honors. Thank you. Bye, Veil 4. We'll miss you. It tried so hard.
Right, well, look at it in the menu when you summon them.
Okay.
Just out of curiosity, I want to see what happens here. The tooltips. Because they're supposed to have commentary. Like, that's why they're saying, you know, summon us during the battle.
There's nothing.
Oh, okay, well,
Like, this is the menu.
okay. Well, pull the next one down then.
Yep. And they're immune to scan. So. So yeah, there's no stuffs. We're only seeing the semi-full summons too. We're not seeing the full Yuna summon because Yuna doesn't get to keep them. So now they're the dark versions of themselves. Let's see. Is there anything I can do to... Nope, immune. I wonder, can I kill with Lancet? Maybe? Nope. Darn, that would have been too cool. Okay, kill it. Yup. Sorry, you Yevon. There will be none of this nonsense for you today. Yuna seems really upset about this. I mean, I guess this is her entire life being erased in front of her. So I can kind of imagine why she'd be a little bit upset, but still. So, why are we having this final Titanic battle on the side of a really large sword flying through space?
Because it's awesome?
Oh, okay. As long as there's a reason. Okie dokie. And we'll just go ahead and smack that. Nope, sorry, Ifrit. Man, can we get that Ifrit skin for the entire game? Like, if I play New Game Plus, can I use that? Ixion and Ifrit and all that nonsense? Please? I'd appreciate it. This seems to be taking a lot out of Yuna. Then again, she is chain summoning. And we all know that Yuna wasn't, like, the best summoner ever. She almost died every time she made it. She, did a communion. And here comes Shiva. Hey, Shiva! See, I also want the Shiva skin where Shiva doesn't have textures. So, it's just the clear Shiva that you're attacking with. That'd be awesome. And Yu Yevon's about to have his sex change operation. Good job, you. Sorry that didn't last long. So you said this fight can't be lost. Is it supposed to be like an epic level boss fight or something?
It's sort of like this is closure.
Is it actually meant to be difficult?
Not really.
No? Okay. Was the Jecht fight supposed to be difficult?
The eject fight was supposed to be difficult due to the pagodas and the overdrive thing.
Oh, okay. And you only get to wipe the overdrive twice.
Yes. So, you know, unless you're hideously overpowered like you are, that overdrive would, like, murderfy the party. And keep in mind that every time the pagodas act, which again, they have, like, a crap ton of health as well, they can raise his overdrive.
Ah.
Like, they don't fill it, but they give him a boost.
And now Yu Yevon takes Bahamut. Okie dokie. Well, that was fun. Bye. So what happens if you didn't get Yojimbo, Anima, or the Magus sisters when you get to this fight?
I don't think they just don't come up.
Oh, okay. So I'm gonna have a longer fight because I chose to not be lazy? I mean, just saying, the animations are longer than the fight is.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm trying to find the list because it's supposed to make like there are some of them that are supposed to have a comment, but I cannot find where that comes from.
I mean, it's kind of too late now, but... And you haven't, I don't know what, like, claim you think you can hold on Anima, because Anima was, like, Seymour's bitch. Like, it had nothing to do with you, or with the Zanarkand religion, or anything. Get out of there. You're not allowed to have that one either. So do they ever, like, was it made crystal clear before what we're about to do exactly what we're doing here?
Essentially, every time the final Aeon is killed, every time you fight Sin, Yu Yevon possesses them and possesses the final Aeon and makes a new Sin. The final Aeon is made out of... The Sin is made out of the final Aeon of the last person who killed him.
Right.
Summoning the final Aeon kills the summoner, and Yu Yevon, and the reason the column, quote unquote, is the period it takes for Yu Yevon to transform the thing into the new Sin. You're basically robbing him of his options.
Oh, okay.
There is nothing he can hide in.
Ah, okay. Sorry, Yojimbo, man, you know I love you, but I just can't deal with this dude. I'm just not dealing with it anymore.
Here we are. Censor ability. On the Aeons while they are possessed by Yu Yevon, a message from their faith begs the party to defeat them. Veilfer, strike me down. Ifrit, extinguish me. Ixion, end it here. Shiva, please defeat me. Bahamut, soon eternal rest. Anima, thus I atone. Yojimbo, take my life. And the three Demega sisters? Cindy, stop the suffering. Sandy, don't cry. And Mindy, gotta say goodbye. So they
I don't have any weapons with Censor anymore.
They know this is what's gonna happen. But that's the point.
Well, of course, we just talked to all of them.
Well, yeah, but that's... part of it is, remember, Yu Yevon took this... This is sort of stuff that you gather from both of what you've been told, and there is supplemental material, which is uncommon for, like, a Final Fantasy game. Essentially, Yu Yevon took all these people, and he made Zanarkand constant. Like, he made, like, the dream of Zanarkand. These people have been dreaming for, oh hell, thousands of years at this point. So they are extinguishing the dream by force.
And here comes Yu Yevon's next 3 sex change operations. I love that Yu Yevon splits into 3 for this one. Mm-hmm. Okay, number 1, number 2, and number 3.
So now, theoretically, these guys have the stats that they had when you did, but...
Theoretically. Well, even when I was running them, they still had less than 30,000 health apiece.
Yeah. They have the stats they had when you did, but the skills they can use are limited.
Well, I think the
So-
other thing is Yuna didn't have break HP limit, so the HP the summons could actually have was also limited.
So, Yu Yevon has run out of summons.
That sounds like a bad thing for him.
He doesn't have any shields left. All he's got is his whatever the fuck that is. His soul, call it.
Okay.
That is all that is left of Yu Yevon. And there's the symbol I was referring to way, way ago.
Yep, the symbol of Yu Yevon.
It sounds like it's a good time to kill a soul.
Everyone, this is the last time we fight together.
Now, as I said, there is...
Okay?
This battle is technically impossible to lose unless
What I'm
you
trying to say is,
unless you intentionally screw it up.
after we beat you, Yevon,
And now Tias lets him know what's going on.
disappear.
What are you talking about?
Yuna knows, though.
I think she's come to grips with it.
But Tias didn't tell anybody. He didn't tell anybody. This is the first anybody's learned about this. Except for just every time the Faiths told us what's up.
I'm saying goodbye.
Not now.
Not a choice, Riku.
I know it's selfish, but this is my story.
Okay. Well, I
Yeah.
think it's only fair that we let Tidus do it. Is it just me, or does the boss look like oh god, I can't remember her name. The girl final boss character from Disgaea 4.
I never finished Disgaea 4, so...
You know who I'm talking about, though, right?
I never finished Disgaea 4!
How far did you get in?
Oh god, not nearly far enough.
Because one of the characters she's training up to be a final boss. I forget.
Oh,
her name.
her!
Yeah, her.
Disco.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know her.
Doesn't he look like her? You, Yevon?
A little bit, I guess.
I wonder if there's a reason for that. Later. There you go, Tidus. This was your story, and you just finished it. Well, I'm glad to hear that this would have been an easy fight regardless.
Yeah, you have permanent auto life for the duration of that battle since you started fighting the Aeons.
Well, this looks entertaining. Okay. Oh, the pagodas are splitting and breaking and dissolving. Well, that's bright. Very, very bright. You have earned a trophy, the Eternal Calm. And now a pyre is being burned in Besaid. There's the Aurochs. Does everybody see this in the sky? Is that what's going on? Wait, they're
One
clapping.
way or-
Why are they clapping?
One way or the other, well, Sin's got to be coming apart.
I know, but I want the camera to turn around and show me what they're seeing. There's what's his name? There's somewhat of a good ending for him, too. Oh, this is Tidus' theme in the background, too. And everybody's saluting. Would you turn the camera the other freaking direction so I can see what's going on? Oh, hey, there's Macon. There's the High Priest. And in we go to the actual faith in question. And you can see the Yevon symbol in the background. The symbol of Yevon himself.
Which makes a lot more sense now.
Yeah, definitely. And there's the faith for Vale 4.
Vale 4 is no longer in residence.
That's kind of a shame. It was really pretty. And you know there are people who grew up listening to that song who are going to really miss it. There goes Shiva. It's a little bit sad. It really is.
Hmm.
Here's Ifrit. And Ifrit turns to just normal stone. Some artist needs to go back in and repaint it. It's like, well, we understand the faith is gone, but we still want to see this. There's Bahamut. Still weird to think that Bahamut's just a little kid. Bahamut fades away, along with the stone. Now what do they see? Broken Blitzball Stadium. And Yuna's performing the final sending.
The sending that will send Zanarkand. Zanarkand itself.
And at least one more person standing in close proximity.
Mm-hmm. It's a little bittersweet.
And then Yuna realizes. Everybody realizes.
Don't stop.
But I...
And Auron's ready.
It's all right.
Like, no one knew. Yeah.
It's a little bittersweet, but, you
It
know,
is.
at the same time, they understood this is what has to happen.
And Auron and Tidus are going to go out together, basically.
Mm-hmm.
It's been long enough.
So Auron's going to go out how he came in, apparently.
Drunk,
Like a
screaming, trying to
badass.
murder someone?
World now.
No, like a freaking badass.
Hmm.
Steps away from him, puts a sword to his shoulder, and then vanishes. Now, Auron, I worked really hard for that sword, and that's not dead too, so can I get that back, please? Not that anybody else can equip it, but still. That wasn't easy to get.
Who else in this entire world will know how to use a katana?
Exactly. Oh, high-res CG. Oh, wow, look at that. Sin falls... Whoa! Wow. That's a thing.
And when you think about it, like, how many Fireflies, how many souls would it have taken to maintain something the size of Sin?
Well, the thing is, it's not gone yet. And I've actually heard this song before, too. I actually have had it on my MP3 players for 14 years now. And it's the first one I've actually seen where it comes from. And the timing of everything. Now, where are we now? Okay, this is the Faith, which finally stones up. And the water of Xanarkand just melts away. With all the memories of everything in it. Yep. It's time to have a Back to the Future moment.
Yuna, I have to go.
Yuna just won't accept this, unfortunately.
I'm sorry I couldn't show you Xanarkand.
Alright, everybody looks real broken up about this.
Goodbye.
And Tidus makes his exit. Come on, Yuna. There we go. Okay. Well, that was dramatic. Looks like Tidus has something to say, but we just can't hear him. Yuna, did you give yourself a concussion doing that? I mean, you can definitely imagine this is really dramatic, though. What, is he just frozen in space there?
I love you.
Ah, there we go. Man, that's got to be the worst feeling ever. To know that you're about to cease to exist, and the person you care about finally says, I love you, and then, nope, now you're gone. But at least he's trying. This is a lot more of a dramatic final cutscene than I would have expected.
Of course.
I was about to make a comment about clipping from her hair to his chin, and I realized what was actually going on. And everybody waves as Tidus dives off the airship to vanish into the clouds.
Those aren't clouds.
Okay, that was pretty good. I'm going to say that. That was pretty good. And roll credits. Not quite. Okay. We finally have seas that are free of sin. Oh, wow. I think Yuna's lost it.
Well, not entirely.
So standing on the pier, whistling with the hopes that Tidus will come back is not losing it?
Hey, give her something.
I suppose so. Come on. Show us the filling of the sphere pool you know you wanna.
Everyone has lost something precious.
Okay.
Everyone here has lost homes, dreams.
This is like the entire population of Spira in this place, too.
All that's left.
Everybody?
Yep.
Now, Sin is finally dead.
Yeah, that should be
Now.
cheers right there.
Spira is ours again.
Yeah, see, that's cause for
Working
celebration
together.
right there.
Now we can make new homes for ourselves. And new dreams.
Good for her.
Although I know the journey will be hard. We have lots of time.
Yay! Doormat syndrome is over
Together.
for good!
We will be Spira.
At least we have to hope, right?
Oh, Yuna's gotten better, but it'll be a while before she gets over doormat syndrome.
Why is everybody swaying in the background? You done it, Yuna. You're good. That was a good speech. Good job.
One more
Oh, okay. It's a good ending for her.
No dreams left for
Kind of. Lots and lots and lots of flashbacks. But for us, it doesn't have to be flashbacks. You can go back to those episodes and just play.
you. Never forget them.
And that one lonely firefly. Roll credits? There we go.
All credits.
Wow. So, some 14 years after it originally came out, and I have finally watched the ending cutscene of Final Fantasy X.
Was it worth it?
Oh, definitely. I will say it's not quite the elation of all of a sudden, oh, hey, look, we defeated Penance. But it was definitely a good ending, and that was fun. Even if it did take probably 190 hours.
Mm-hmm.
Some of which may have been my PS3 idling, I will say that.
And I mean, there is more Final Fantasy X, if you so desire. The story
Yeah.
continues.
But I mean, for me, it's always been, like, Final Fantasy X was my first Final Fantasy. It was the first one I really ever seriously played. I think I may have owned Final Fantasy Tactics Advance first. But this was my first Final Fantasy, so whenever I think in my head Final Fantasy X is what comes up. So it's the magic system, the richness of the background, the characters talking to each other, all of that. And even though the characters are, you know, maybe not as deep as they could be, this is still, for me, the quintessential Final Fantasy, and one of the most, like, the cornerstones of fantasy games in my mind. Which I know a lot of people are going to say that's blasphemy. But this is what I think of when I think, you know, Final Fantasy. So whenever a new one comes out, this is what I measure it by, even if I had never beaten the game, because all I had to do was think of what this one had going for it. And even if it wasn't the best game, it was an amazing storyline. They set everything up really well. And even if some things don't quite make sense, there's just enough room for headcanon to make it so you can make it make sense for you.
Yep. But as I said, I'm in the camp that's always said, you know, this is it. It's a great story. We've heard, we've learned, we've seen and heard a lot. But you know, there's room for more, and there is more now if you want it. Doesn't have to be.
Yeah, but it's always, I don't know. It's in a game like this, there can be room for more. There doesn't necessarily need to be room for more. You know? Like, if knowing that Final Fantasy X-2 exists, I could leave Final Fantasy X right here with the closure that they just gave us, and I wouldn't need anything else. Because the story resolved itself just fine. It's bittersweet, it's not perfect, but it's still really good. I can go into Final Fantasy X-2, but I think one of the problems is going to be that, you know, going to X-2, it's not going to have that stuff that X-1 did. It's not going to have that spirit of mystery that was in 10 almost all the way through. Because even when, you know, 10 always had all these questions, James Taylor, thank you, Titus, and John DiMaggio as Kamari, really? That one I didn't know.
Waka and Kamari.
Waka, oh, that is perfect. Oh, I like that. I like that a lot.
No, see, that it's a good point. I've always liked the concept, but it has some weaknesses, some big weaknesses. But I've always liked the concept of the fact that, okay, you know, we won, the bad guy's gone. Now what?
Yeah.
So few stories follow through that.
Well, it's because really, there's the story of now what. There's not much of one for a game player. You know, if you do something like if you do, hell, even movies don't do it often. Think Star Wars, the original trilogy. At the end of Star Wars episode 4, okay, the Death Star has exploded. There's an award ceremony. Now what? There is no now what. There's nothing left.
Well, that's the thing. Like there are.
Then
There
they went and
things
they
left.
did now what?
I was
But
gonna say, yeah, but that's the thing. Like people say there is no, the bad guy is gone. There is no now what. There is actually some interesting now whats that they bring up.
well, yeah. But what I mean is, yeah, I can go and play 10-2, but I could still just as well leave this alone and not need anything else because it did everything it needed to do. And one thing I'd be concerned with, there's no way you could ruin 10 for me at all. It's a great story. It's a great game. I enjoyed it. I'll probably play it again another time. And I probably will, to be completely honest with you. A lot of these games, stuff like Skies of Arcadia that I've beaten 4 or 5 times in all kinds of ways. I've beaten these games over and over and over. And I'll probably play it through again at some point, and I'll probably challenge myself in some way. See, look, I'm in the credits. All fans of Final Fantasy. But I'll probably play it through again, but you can't replace that. And the thing about 10 is it just had that wonderful air of mystery. That, okay, where is Tidus? How did he get here? What does this mean? Every time they closed one mystery, another one opened up. And then you kind of get to the end, and I have this mental image of you're in a library full of books, and you opened up every one as you started going through the story, and then as you enter those final hours of gameplay, you slam closed each book until there's nothing left. You've done it all. And I don't think that with this particular storyline, this world, these characters... Well, apart from this,
Hang
okay,
on.
what's this? This is new. So Tidus is floating in an ocean, stretches.
So let's find you a new ocean to swim in, Tidus.
Exactly.
You'll remember what the...
And it even leaves us on a mystery.
Mm-hmm. Now, you can't show it here because of the way, because YouTube will probably kick a fit. But I do recommend watching the Eternal Calm video that is on the 10-2 thing, because it's where things sort of start up and it tells you some stories and it gives you just enough of a seed to think, okay, I see where they're now going.
Yeah, I probably will. And eventually,
it's a much more personal story.
Eventually, down the line, I'll play Final Fantasy 10 and 10-2.
Hell, if I don't get to it, I was gonna say hell. Now I feel like I want to do it. One would wonder if I don't get to it first.
Hey, there's no problem with doing it simultaneously. But yeah,
But,
I don't necessarily need to play it.
Nope.
And other games call games that I've been wanting to do, so
Yeah.
they'll
Hey,
come first.
well, like I said, if you don't get to it, maybe I will. You'll be welcome to, just the same way you've welcomed me. Be interested to see, but next you've got a whole bunch of stuff on your plate, so
Yeah.
oh boy.
Well, we'll leave it here, guys, because there are more mysteries, and it'll be fun to see you guys talk about them. So we'll leave you guys after this feature-length episode, and we'll see you in the future. This has been our story, and this is the end. Ta-ta.